Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the Akim that are teaching this word. Shalom Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Now, as you can see here, it says going nuclear. UK set to boost Trident warhead stockpiles by 40%, detonating outrage among activists and observers. All right, so the UK is about to boost their nuclear capabilities by up to 40%, they're saying. Now, I just came across this article, skimming through the news, and I see this, and it's funny because, the time that we're in, pretty much, we're living in the time of the pandemic, the jabs, all these things. So, I mean, the nuclear missiles and the World War III, which is bubbling right before us, is not really the main thing that's, people's mainly thinking about at the moment, except, the brothers pretty much in the truth. We know nuclear missiles are going to fly eventually. But what's happening at the moment is like everyone's kind of been lulled back to sleep with this new way of living, the masks, the jabs, the shops being closed, the society being closed and being reopened. People have become accustomed to this new way of life, right? But as they're doing that, guess what? Esau's boosting his nuclear capabilities in the UK by up to 40%, man. So, we know eventually these things are going to fly, man. Okay, a picture shows the Trident nuclear submarine HMS Victorious on patrol of the west coast of Scotland on April the 4th, 2013. I mean, their capabilities have gone way up since then, man. But I'm going to read this here and then I'm going to read some scriptures. Activists and commentators have accused British Prime Minister Boris Johnson of turning his back on disarmament after his government signalled that it would drastically increase the limit placed on the UK's nuclear stockpile. Johnson is poised to announce on Tuesday that a cap on the number of Trident nuclear warheads. So lucky I just put this on airplane mode. The Trident nuclear warheads in the UK's arsenal will be raised by a staggering 40%. The policy would so they're going to raise up their nuclear capabilities by up to 40%, man. So they're going to make more. Johnson is poised to announce the policy would change the number of warheads Britain can possess from 180 to 260. Trident warheads are loaded onto ballistic missile submarines as part of the UK's nuclear deterrent strategy, and at least one nuclear-armed sub is always on patrol. Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab defended the decision, describing it as the ultimate insurance policy against threats from hostile states. Because you have to remember, what does the prophecy say? When it gets to the World War III, remember it says, "These shall hate the whore," which is referring to Babylon the Great, which is America. It even says, even refers to the mother, of Babylon, which is England, which is the mother of America, all right? Because America was birthed from England, okay? They said that they're going to hate them and they're going to fire nuclear missiles on them. And that's part of the prophecy. So at one point in time, in the near future, England's going to fire nuclear missiles upon America, man. Babylon the Great. And they're going to fire back here too. The whole earth is going to be lit up by nuclear missiles. Okay, evolving security environment and developing range of technological and policy against threats from hostile states. According to The Guardian, a 100-page security review linked by the government states that the increase in nuclear warheads cap is a response to the evolving security environment and the developing range of technological and doctrinal threats to the country. Russia was deemed as an active threat to the UK, while China was described as posing a systematic challenge. The document also warned that there is a realistic possibility that a terrorist group will carry out a chemical, biological, or nuclear attack by 2030. Well, we know that, Lord willing, we ain't going to live in this society up until 2030, man. There's too many things happening within this society that lead to the end of this society as we speak, man. Prophecy. All right, they're going to release the chip real soon. They're going to chip people. We're leading to these things. We ain't going to be here till 2030, man. All right? That's Esau's vain imagination, man. But it says, it's funny because it mentioned the country of Russia. And we know that Russia is, one of the main players in this in the Third World War. Because behind America was Russia, and America own the most nuclear missiles, man. And that ain't by coincidence. And I remember years ago there was an article that came out that said if nuclear war had began, I believe that Russia has a nuclear missile that can hit the city of London like pretty much instantly. That's one of their main targets on the radar. All right. And it's all biblical prophecy, because they are going to have a World War III and they are going to nuke each other, man. It's going to happen. Okay. The policy shift sparked anger from activists, pundits, and social media observers. Kate Hudson, the General Secretary of the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament, told The Guardian that it was senseless of the cash-strapped government to pursue grandioso money-wasting spending on weapons of mass destruction. Well, that's Esau, man. That's a so-called white man for you, man. Esau is all about war. And really, the fact that they're, increasing their nuclear armaments is not up to Esau. It's the Lord, all right? The Lord, he's the one that makes these Edomites do what they do, man. And he's increasing their nuclear armaments, or all these other nations. Why? Because he's gonna make them use it to destroy their kingdoms. And that's the article pretty much. In England, the UK is going 40%. They're gonna raise their nuclear armaments by up to 40%, which is prophecy, man. Now I'm gonna read this here because we read these scriptures, we go over them, we read them again and again, but it is what it is. That's just like repetitive, but that's how we do it, man. And this is the Lord, all right? This is Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I've created the waster to destroy. And that waster to destroy is what? The nuclear missiles, man. But the Lord said he has created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. The smith in the ancient world was the man that made you your weapons. Made you your swords, your arrows before you went to war. So the modern day smith is the scientists that are making these nuclear missiles. All right, that are increasing the nuclear technology. That's the modern day smith. All right, and that's what they're doing. So they're creating the waster to destroy, which is these nuclear missiles. And then it says, and that's the point pretty much. So it says, behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. And that's these nuclear missiles. The Lord is the one putting it in these scientists' spirit, in their mind, to make these missiles. Not just in England, all right, in Iran as well. Iran, Russia, they're increasing their nuclear missiles. India, China, all these nations are making and more weapons of destruction pretty much for the end of their world. And that's because the nuclear missile is one of the major prophecies in the scriptures. After the mark of the beast, the World War III is the big thing that's going to happen, and then Yahweh Shai's return. But it's funny because when Esau says he's got two, let's say Edomites, the Edomite government of England says they have 260 nuclear missiles, man. Quadruple that. They probably got thousands of nuclear missiles, man. All right. Esau says, they sign these agreements with these nations to not have this amount of missiles, to not have, that's all not bullshit. It's all lies, man. They've got way more than what they're saying, man. All right. They've got way more than what they're saying, man. All right. So I'm going to read this here. This is 2nd Ezra. So that's the point. The smith that the Lord has the Lord has these modern day smiths, which is these scientists, and they're making what? They're increasing their nuclear missiles, man. That's the modern day weapon makers. All right, 2nd Ezra 16:14, it says, behold the plagues. Behold, actually what I read from 14, 2nd Ezra 16:13, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. And that's these nuclear missiles. All right. The Lord describes them as arrows, man. All right. And it says, strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. And once a bow and arrow is shot out of the archer's hand, the arrow can't be turned back. And it's the same with the nuclear missiles. Once they're released from these silos, they won't be turned back. They're going to hit their targets, man. So it says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. And they're going to be shot into the ends of the world, all right? Meaning they're going to hit Babylon the Great, America. They're going to be shot into Russia. Russia's going to shoot their missiles back. America's going to shoot their missiles back. Because according to the Bible, Israel's going to be involved. All these nations are going to fire at each other. But the main place that's just going to be totally destroyed from east to west is Babylon, which is America, man. And in the midst of that is when our Lord is going to come back and deliver the brothers, the Akim, man, from America, the elect, and from all over the world to get us out. Because the only way you can escape from the judgments of the nuclear missiles is by Yahweh Shai and the angels beaming you up into the ships, man. Okay, so it says, into the ends of the world, it says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. And that's these nuclear missiles. They're going to be a plague unto the earth. That's a plague that the Lord is sending. It says, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. All right, they're going to consume wherever they hit. They're going to totally destroy it, man. It says, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backwards. That's right, we were just saying that earlier. When an arrow shot from the archer's bow, there's no turning it back. So it says, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backwards. Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. And when these missiles are shot, they're not going back into them silos. They're just going to hit where their intended targets are, man. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? All right. And that was Ezra asking the Lord, who's going to deliver me in those days? Well, the answer to that is Yahweh Shai. And that's where our faith comes. Our faith is in Yahweh Shai, which is our Savior, which the word Yahweh Shai means he is the deliverer, man. So we waiting, the brothers in the earth, we're waiting for Yahweh Shai to beam us up when he returns, man, upon his return, our deliverance, our salvation. That's what we're waiting for, salvation, man. Okay, so in the midst of all this destruction that's going to take place on the earth, Yahweh Shai is going to deliver his elect. All right, he's going to deliver the elect, man. Deliver the brothers from the four corners of the earth, man. This is 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3, and I'll end it on this. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And that's what's happening now. People are being lulled back, with these vaccines, with this new society that we're in, the new way of living. House lockdowns, you got your mask on, you can only leave your house for this. All the different rules Esau's in place, this NWO way of living. People have become acceptant of that. So now that, people are planning their futures already. We're going to go on holiday. We're going to get married. This is happening as we speak. Even in this bugged out society, new world order system that we're in, that's how these people are thinking, man. They're planning their weddings, So it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So that's what's going to happen. Destruction is going to come upon them while they're in their sense of peace, which there is no real peace. That shows you how bugged out this world is, the state of the world that we're in, and people still believe there's some sort of peace and safety. We're in the midst of World War III, man. We're in a new world order. There's no peace here. But that's when the Lord's going to destroy them, man. You see? So it says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. And we're not in the darkness, man. The brothers in this faith, we're in the light, man. The light of Yahweh Shai. We're not in darkness like all these people, man. See, we know what's going on. We're waiting for the mark of the beast, the destruction, the salvation, the return of our Lord. That's what that's the things we're waiting upon, man. So we're not in the darkness. The darkness is the way of this world, the belief in the government, the belief in the system. That's the darkness of this world, man. It says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of the darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. And that's what we are. That's what we're doing. So when we see nuclear missiles being increased, more tensions of the nations, more prophecies leading to the mark of the beast, that's us not sleeping. We're watching what's going on. We're watching soberly what's happening within this society, man. And we know that, see, Esau is vain. His imaginations are vain. We're gonna be, World War III will kick off at 2030. How do you know World War III ain't gonna kick off next year, man? How do you know the mark of the beast ain't gonna be implemented next month, tomorrow? That's how we believe things can just happen instantly. So we're watching and being sober. We're watching for these prophecies, and we can see the society that we're in, the system that we're living in. It is getting worse, and it's leading, to all these prophecies being fulfilled, man. We're close to it. We can feel it, and we can see it with what's happening in society, man, and linking it up with the scriptures. So when we're watching what's happening soberly, man, we're not asleep like these other zombies out here, man. So yeah, Lord willing, the Esau implements this mark of the beast, and the Lord destroys this place soon, man. makes these nations really blow each other up with the missiles, and comes back with these chariots to deliver us, man, and destroy this society, man. Because you know, us, the brothers in this faith, we've had enough of this place, man. You know, we've been catching hell here. You know, we still catching hell here. You know, we're just tired of living in this wicked world that we're in, because the world is in a state of wickedness, man. But that's another video. But anyway, with that, I'm just going to say all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the Akim that are teaching this word. Shalom Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Quadash. Shalom.